We got to get rid of lunch. So what about what about the Moors in America? Or I'm talking about
Moors in America.
Before Columbus or with Columbus, or what's your take on that?
I've been researching that, and the Moors of Delaware, the information you gave me.
What you think about that?
That's pretty interesting, along with the lines of what I thought. That's pretty.
If y'all ain't looked up the Moors of Delaware, Google the Delaware Moors and trip off the Misso, what was that? The Misso Cat or something. Certain Indians who were considered Moors back in the 1800s, and they didn't like being called black, and they were triracial, and they had some Turk in them, and it's a nice history that it could be even almost linked to Noble Drew Ali. Timothy Drew said he came from North Carolina, 1886, with the Croatan Indians over in Delaware. Well, see, the colonies were different back then. They were substantiated by that time, but it's all one big area. You can look at the story of the Delaware Moors and see how they had the same, almost identical ideology to what Noble Drew Ali said. Even his story or his history, his lineage, the story he told about coming from a Cherokee woman and a Moorish prince, you can find that same story inside history of the Delaware Moors, who were in the area of Delaware at about the time of 1886 or whatever. And I think, so it's interesting to look into that. But when we go back way back into the time of Kemet, then only attestation I found, like I said, was the one my brother showed me, and that ain't even. That's just something I want y'all to research, because that ain't, you can't say that's no Moors in Kemet. I'm about to get on these good sticks, though.
Kemet, what was that? The Emor?
Huh?
The Emor?
The Kheta and Marisura and Marantanara and these brothers who were amongst the Hittites, who inadvertently Herodotus said were Colchians. You know what I'm saying? If you just tie two and two together. But reason why I said it would have implications as to the lineage of Nefertiti, because I was thinking about, like I mentioned, that they said Nefertiti could supposedly be one of the 317 women that Dushrata sent to Amenhotep, the third, and then Amenhotep the third died, and Akhenaten or Amenhotep the fourth had inherited his harem of his father. And then revisionist history tries to say that Nefertiti was amongst those women. She could have been Tatu Gipa or Gilu Gipa. You know what I'm saying? The Matanis. But see, what I found was that the Matanis wasn't even all white. Like, they trying to act like she was a North African Caucasoid. But I just told y'all that the royal house of Kheta got linked back to the Colchians, and this royal house of Kheta fought with the Hittites. Ramsey said, man, that he was surrounded by 2,500 Kheta horsemen by himself, and what he had to do. He called on Amen, he probably really, got up out there some savvy way, but he said he called on Amen, and he prevailed without his armies when he was fighting the Kheta. Marisura is seen writing letters talking about, let's hook up, man. My brother hooked up with y'all back in the day, So, I don't know. To say that they were in Kemet, that's a far stretch, but to say that these I'll give you some Moors who rode with the Hittites that was funky with Kemet. I'll give you that, though. You know what I'm saying? For real.
They still go on to this day right now, though.
For real.
So that's holding suit.
For real. It's the same thing.
It's the same shit. That's real.
I wonder if I Google the Royal House of Kheta, I bet you my thing, the only thing that pop up, the rap guy.